I'm on the floor for today's video because I don't want to stand up for a whole 20 minutes that it would take me to film all of this. Yeah, I don't have a watch on, but it's a joke. I also am sick. Yes, if you can tell, I'm very congested. I have the common cold that is going around. It has caught Miranda, and so I am a sickly. Venmo me Dutch Bros coffee money, please. That was a joke. That was solely a joke. Hey friends, my name is Miranda. Welcome to my universe. And today I'm going to be showing you all the books that I got for Christmas while also talking about my 2023 reading goals. We got a lot to cover. Let's just jump right on in. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 books here with me. And I have 2 that are on the way that I ordered on Amazon for myself as a Christmas present using the money that I got for Christmas. So we have about 13 books to cover. Let's jump right on in. I have to start this video with a book by an author that I am quite fond of and that a lot of people kind of know me by. They know that when they think of me, they think of this author, which I think is kind of funny. I don't know if I'm proud of that or not. Anyway, we have Cujo by Stephen King. I've never read it. I'm actually really excited for it. This is one of his first books, I'm pretty sure. Let me check what year it was written. But this is the one about the rabid dog that kind of goes around terrorizing people. It was written in, no, there's no way. 1981 it says. Okay, yeah, it was written in 1981. Why is my brain not braining that right now? This definitely wasn't one of his first books then. Or was it? I don't know what to believe anymore. All right, next up we have an author that I never thought I would ever own or read. Verity by Colleen Hoover. Let me tell you something. I never thought I would read Colleen Hoover because okay, I'll just tell you the full story. There's this YouTuber here. I'll actually tag his channel down below. He hates Colleen Hoover. I don't know, hate might be a strong word, but he just has a lifelong feud with her. And I started watching his channel when I was a teenager, when I was in like junior high. So everything that he thought about Colleen Hoover just kind of like, I took it all in. If you are interested, you can watch his channel and see for yourself how he feels. But I just kind of adopted his opinion as my own. And I realized that that is not a good thing to do, and I should do my own research, right? So my best friend gave me this for Christmas. I'm so excited. This is supposed to be her only thriller book, I believe, which I love thriller. So I'm excited to tackle this one and actually see for myself what Colleen Hoover is all about. So yeah, this will be an exciting one. All right, I guess we're going by authors. Since I talked about Stephen King and then Colleen Hoover. So we'll talk about another author that I love so much. I started reading her when I was in about junior high, I believe. This is Marissa Meyer. I got her Gilded Duology, so I'm really excited for that. This is a retelling of the fairy tale Rumpelstiltskin. I have never been a huge fan of Rumpelstiltskin myself. However, I am a huge fan of Marissa Meyer, and I love just the way that she twists fairy tales. She has her own unique spin on them that I don't see a lot of other authors really having. So I'm excited for this. I have a feeling it'll be a good one. I also love the covers. So pretty. And then we have an author that writes mostly dark fantasy. Young adult dark fantasy books, and I also really love her, and I'm a huge fan. We have The Kingdom of the Feared by Carrie Maniscalco. Fun fact, that's not really fun and actually kind of sad. I haven't read the first 2 books in the series. I actually own them. They're up there on my bookshelf, but I haven't actually gone into them yet, so that is definitely on the to-do list for 2023. Read this, read all of these books that I'm getting. This year was a really hard year for Miranda when it comes to reading. I did not use my free time a whole lot to read, especially the first half of this year. Just, we don't talk about it. I was watching a lot of anime, but Miranda's back in her reading arc, okay? I'm ready. Give me all the books, all of them. This one is another dark fantasy story. I don't know too many details about it. I know that it's about twin sisters and that there's magic, there's witches, wizards, the whole thing. It's also nice that I have all of them after they all have been written because I don't have to wait for the next one to come out. What I have known about myself is that if I start a series when the first book is the only one that's out, I most definitely never end up finishing the series. Unless it's Cassandra Clare. I'm die-hard always going to read Cassandra Clare books. I'm going to be in my 40s and 50s still reading Cassandra Clare. Actually, that reminds me, I have to order her new one that's coming out in 2023. So I will have to do that. Should I add that to this video? No, that'll be a different video. All right, now onto these sets of books. This one is a Curse So Dark and Lonely box set. I'm so excited. Look at it's iridescent. Oh, I love it so much. Here, I'll get them out for you. This is a young adult fantasy story. Once again, this is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, which, fun fact, Beauty and the Beast is one of my absolute favorite fairy tales. I love Beauty and the Beast so much. So this is what the first book looks like, A Curse So Dark and Lonely. Love it. The second book is A Heart So Fierce and Broken. Also love that. And then the last one is A Vow So Bold and Deadly. I, once again, love having a series of books here so that I can just read them back to back to back, like binge read without having to wait. So I'm really excited for this one. Can't wait to dig into them. The Lord of the Freaking Rings, guys, is a special edition that recently came out, I know. Barnes & Noble was having a huge sale today, actually. I got this bad boy today, right before this video. I had to go and snag it. I have not read Lord of the Rings. I tried a few years ago, I think it was back in 2018 or 2019, and I just could not, for the life of me, get through that first chunk of the first book. Like, it was heart-wrenching. Like, I felt like it was such a chore reading that book, and I didn't like that. I wanted to be able to read Lord of the Rings with an open mind and be able to actually sit down and digest everything that was happening instead of putting myself on a time limit, because that's really what I did. I tried to read it for a challenge kind of thing, and so that ended up absolutely coming and biting me in the butt, because Lord of the Rings is not something you can easily read in a week. Like, that's not what it is about. I know that it's amazing, and one of these days I am going to read it, especially now that I'm older and I'm actually in college. I feel like I will have a renewed appreciation for it. All right, and now for the last two books that are still on their way, but I will get them soon. We have The Final Gambit by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is the last book in the Inheritance Games series. I love the Inheritance Games. Basically, this is a young adult, not fantasy, it's more of a young adult mystery about this very rich Texas man who ends up passing away and leaving his entire inheritance to a complete stranger. And so his family, who is full of really, really cute boys, might I add, men, might I add. There's a little bit of romance, but they're trying to figure out why he would give his entire inheritance to a random strange girl that nobody knew even existed. This is a good read. Obviously, I haven't read this last one, but it is on the way, and I'm very excited about it. And then we have The Cycle of the Werewolf by Stephen King. This is another one that I have not owned, and I really want to. I also really want to read it. It's a very fast read. It's all about werewolves and their cycle and what they go through. So I'm excited for that just because I really like werewolves. They're one of my favorite kind of mythical creatures. So that'll be exciting. Can't wait for this one. All right, now let's talk about my 2023 reading goal, shall we? This year, I changed my reading goal down to 30, which I got 30 books. Most of them were manga, but we're not going to talk about that. Originally, I wanted to read 50 books this year, and I wasn't able to get that. Knowing how fast I do read and knowing the amount of books and the kinds of books I want to read, I really want to strive for 50 in 2023. I just don't know if I'm gonna get there. There was a year that I read 100 books, and that is a crazy year. And I always think about that all the time, and I think, Miranda, you totally could do that again. But I like to think about quality versus quantity, right? I want to read books that I actually get into, you know? And Stephen King books are what I really like to read, and they take me much longer to read because they tend to be really thick. I mean, I just finished Needful Things, and that was 800 pages, I believe. So it's just a lot. That's not something I can really have a time limit on. And so, like I was talking about with Lord of the Rings, if I end up reading Lord of the Rings in 2023, I don't want to feel pressured to try to finish it in a selected amount of time. That all being said, I still want my goal to be 50 books because I think I can totally do it. I'm not only watching anime with my free time now. I'm actually giving books the time of day. So I think I can reach 50. I think I can do it this year. This next year is my year. I'm gonna do it. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna reach 50. Thank you for watching. Please comment down below your reading goal if you have one. If you don't have one, I would challenge you to give yourself one, even if it's a small goal, like 5 books. I don't care. Just set a reading goal because it's so much fun and it also pushes you to read more. And I think that's a great, beautiful thing. So join me in the 2023 reading challenge. Thank you so much for your unlimited amount of support and love. You guys are just so good to me and you're so sweet and kind. You guys have stuck with me through it all. And if you're a new subscriber, hey, thank you so much for sticking around too and just joining me on my reading journey as I learn more and I read more books. It's been so fun. So I love this channel and I love all of you guys. You're so awesome. Even if you're just a viewer, I appreciate you so much. And I hope you had a very Merry Christmas and I hope you have an amazing New Year. I love you so much. Please stay safe, make good choices, and I will see you next time. Bye.